Today's obituaries are brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home. Graveside services for Billy Ray Wren, age 18 of Coleman, will be at 2 p.m. today at Valley Springs Cemetery. Wayne Wisner will officiate. Coleman Funeral Home is directing. Mr. Wren passed away on Saturday, April 26th. Funeral services for Ronald L. Humphreys, age 55, of the New Home Community in Holly Pond, will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Arab Heritage Memorial Chapel. Burial in Idson Chapel Cemetery in Baileyton. Arab Heritage Memorial Chapel is directing. Mr. Humphreys passed away Wednesday at his residence. Visitation will be 6 to 8 p.m. tonight at the funeral home. Private memorial services for Randall Marion Trussell, age 56 of Coleman, will be at a later date. Moss Service is assisting. Mr. Trussell passed away Wednesday at his residence. Visitation will be 5:30 to 9 p.m. tonight at the funeral home. Funeral services for Margaret Grant Quick, age 92 of Hansville, will be at 2 p.m. today at Hansville Funeral Home Chapel. Burial in Hopewell Cemetery. Hansville Funeral Home is directing. Ms. Quick passed away yesterday at her residence. Visitation will be from noon to 2 p.m. this afternoon. Warren C. May, age 59 of Holly Pond, passed away Tuesday. Funeral services will be held today at 2 p.m. at Holly Pond Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation will be noon until time of service. Holly Pond Funeral Home is directing. Those are our obituaries for today, brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home.
Premier Bank presents Today on 2, broadcasting live on Charter Cable, on the internet, channel2coleman.com. You can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course we archive all the programs on YouTube, so you can watch anytime that you want to. Tony, you ready for a wonderful weekend?
I'm so ready. It's going to be so nice after all this finals week stress and nonsense.
I was going to say, yeah, this is the end of the college school year.
Yes. I've never been more relieved. I can truthfully say I've never been more relieved for finals week to be over.
Yep. Today and or this week, and then maybe a few next week for some of the classes?
I think through Tuesday.
Okay.
Because graduation is Friday, and if they have any mercy at all, they're not going to make people go after Tuesday.
And then it's summertime, unless you take summer classes, I guess.
Yeah,
well, let's start with the weather forecast for today. See what's in store for the weekend. Our weather is brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. The weather almanac for the 2nd of May in Coleman, Alabama. The average high temperature is 78. The average low is 55. The record high on this date, 91 in 1959. The record low, 34 in 1908. Sunset will be at 7:31. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:57. Checking the satellite picture, you can see what's going on around the country. Once again, rain in South Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. It's hard to imagine they're getting more after what they got the last few days.
They've got some good ones.
It looks like it's moving out of our area, and our forecast is for very delightful weather for this weekend. For today, we can expect mostly sunny skies with a high around 69 degrees. For tonight, clear, a low around 43. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 75, and then we hit the 80s. Sunday 80, Monday 85, Tuesday 85, Wednesday 83, Thursday 84, with sunshine each and every day. Spring to summer.
Just like that.
This next week.
There we go.
Well, let's see. Let the party begin. This is party month, I think, in
is.
Cullman, Alabama.
I think so. It's May.
Relay for Life is tonight. We talked to Nancy Moore yesterday, and
The Strawberry Festival is next week.
Strawberry Festival is next week. So, and Mother's Day is next week.
Goodness,
A
yeah.
lot of church cemeteries are having Decoration
Decoration,
Sundays this
yeah.
month. So anyway, a lot of neat things going on.
Not going to be bored in Coleman this month.
That's right. And Relay for Life again is at the fairgrounds,
Starts
and
at
they get underway 5 or 6 o'clock
I
today.
think opening ceremonies, I think, are at 6.
Yeah.
I think that's what she said.
And they'll be going all night long, so stop by there and see what's going on tonight. Well, let's see, who's our Facebook friend of the day for today?
Melissa Dew is our Facebook friend, and she likes Rock the South and American Idol. So she's going to be given that large barbecue sandwich from Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue. She just has to run by here and pick up that certificate on her way.
And this
There you
is
go.
Friday. That's Politics. Who's our guest today?
Mr. Matt Gentry's in the studio with us, candidate for sheriff.
Okay.
So we're going to get
He's
to chat
here
with him in
the
just a
political
second.
panel, and we'll turn things over to them in a few more minutes. Coming up next, we'll try to do our giveaway with our Know Your Merchant ads.
Currently, there are 206 registered sex offenders in Coleman County that are allowed to operate on the honor system. Within 4 weeks of taking office, they will be checked monthly by every deputy. I want every one of my deputies to know where the sex offenders live in their communities, and as they are traveling up and down the roads protecting you, and they see a bicycle in a registered sex offender's yard, they will pull over and check and see why there is a child at that house and if there's a potential victim.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
More of Today on 2. This part of our program, we have some prizes we would like to give away if we can get a correct answer to one of our questions about our merchant ads. So let's see what we have for prizes for today. We have the large 3-topping pizza from Coleman Pizza Hut. And we'll see if we have anything else, or we're going to go to our merchant ads. One way or the other. We're going to change the computer slides and tell us where we're going. Here we go with another one, It's My Party. 15% off the purchase, any purchase at It's My Party. And I think those are the prizes we have for today. And if we can get that computer cranked up, we'll show you our merchant ads. And see who we're going to start with for today. Yates Chance Christian Bookstore. They have a new engraving machine. Grab it, engrave it, and go. They can engrave wood and metal products to personalize gifts. Great idea for Mother's Day coming up next week.
And Pizza Hut of Coleman does $10 family-size pasta on Tuesdays and 50-cent wing Wednesday. And every day they have the all-you-can-eat lunch buffet from 11 to 2, and it's only $6.49. They're on 2nd Avenue North.
Hanceville Drugstore is a blast from the past. They have the original soda fountain from when they opened in 1925, and still old-time friendly service and always great sales. The corner of Commercial Street in downtown Hanceville.
Hair by Loretta. Hair is her passion. She does highlights, haircuts, manicures, pedicures, and waxing, and new clients get $5 off. You can call her to make an appointment. She's located in the Kalos Salon Spa.
Blizzard of the month for Dairy Queen. Oh, strawberry shortcake. Hey, that ties in with Strawberry Festival, doesn't it?
There we go.
Oh man, that's one of my favorite desserts too. Blizzard of the month, strawberry shortcake at Dairy Queen.
Cotton State Barns of Coleman. You can buy or rent to own. They do carports, play sets, utility trailers, and storage buildings. There's no credit check. You are approved, and they're located on 278 West, just past I-65.
Tires for less, more than just tires. They do have Bridgestone and Firestone tires, but they do a lot more. They do oil changes, minor engine repair. They replace shocks and brakes. See Greg and all the guys at Tires for Less on Highway 31.
And Earl's Body Shop has been voted Best Towing Service. David, Diane, and the employees, thank you for this honor. They do large and small and local or long distance towing. They're on Highway 31 North in Coleman, and you can visit them on the web at earlsbodyshop.com.
Be Fit is a fitness facility. You're located right downtown Coleman next to Renard's Gallery. Change your life and your body. No long-term contract, you just pay by the month.
Mr. Hicks Menswear, you can go see them now for the new prom looks, for any proms that are still going on. You can see them for all your formal wear needs, and they're located on Compass Way Southwest in Coleman. That's Mr. Hicks Menswear.
Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue has the family barbecue pack priced at $13.99. You get a full pound of barbecue, 2 sides and 4 buns inside the Berlin Quick Stop. There we go with some of our merchant ads for today. We're going to talk about a slogan today. One of our advertisers says, if we build it, it is built right. What is the name of the advertiser? You know that one?
I think I know the answer.
Okay, call
I
in
think so.
quickly.
Okay.
All right, if we build it, it is built right. What is the name of the business? You win the large pizza from Coleman Pizza Hut and the 15% discount at It's My Party. 256-734-7399 is our telephone number. Go ahead and call in right now while we watch Money Matters, brought to you by Premier Bank.
I put on a
statements, make transfers, along with various other functions. I hope that this will make running your business a little easier. Thank you.
And I don't believe we have any phone calls.
Should've called.
We'll show you that ad and the rest of our merchant ads right now and give you the answer to the question, who says if we build it, it is built right. Let's go with the rest of our merchant ads right now. Fitness opportunities are available at the Wellness and Aquatic Center. Day passes are available, but if you really want to save some money, you should buy a membership. That's at the Coleman Wellness and Aquatic Center.
And Brown & Company Beverages is where good taste begins. They have regional and local beer and wines, ciders, meads, mixes, and gourmet sodas. So if you're in the market for any of that, they're located on Highway 157 next to the Ford dealership.
Mullins Body Shop, over 50 years they've been doing auto body repair and towing. You can count on them each and every day. Their number is 256-734-1353.
There it is, Alabama Sunrooms and Awnings. They do sunrooms and screen rooms, and their patios and deck coverings, awnings, and metal roofs. If they do it, it is built right. They also give free estimates, and you can visit them on the web at builtrightawnings.com.
Auto Tech Repair and Service does major engine repair, transmission repair, brake repair, also on all vehicles, foreign and domestic. They're on County Road 1354 in Vinemont.
Jolly Time Rentals, where fun is always in the air. You can call Holly Mullins today at 256-620-JOLLY. That's 5655. They do the inflatables and the slides and water slides, the obstacle courses, the toddler interactives, and all of that.
Grand Point Pharmacy, the original home of the Two Old Goats product line. Don't let allergies blow you away. Get them before they get you. All allergy products available.
Deb's Bookstore is your hometown bookstore. It is just down the road, and browsers are always welcome. Used books are half price every day, and new books are 20% off every day, and she has gift certificates. That's Deb's Bookstore.
And the Candle Garden, located right downtown next to Moe's Barbecue, just a couple of doors away from Be Fit, as a matter of fact. They have hand-poured candles, they have gift items, gift baskets, they have it all at the Candle Garden. And there we go with our merchant ads for today. We have a lot of birthdays to tell you about, starting with today, the second day of May, but we have birthdays, even have an anniversary to tell you about. So let's look at our birthdays for today.
Okay, happy birthday this Friday to Richard Black, Sandy Durden, Opal Forrester, and Jerry Paul Jett. And these are on Friday. And today is also the anniversary of Danny and Janet Dunn. So congratulations to all of you birthdays and anniversaries. Saturday birthdays are Debbie Shear, Shane Guest, and Kim Smith Dockery. And on Sunday, it is Kelsey Black. So happy birthday to all of you, and you are all going to be registered for the chance to win the ice cream cake from Dairy Queen, and our anniversaries win a gift certificate from the Candle Garden.
That's right. Okay, let's draw for the birthday winner and see who wins for this week. It is Jerry Paul Jett, and Jerry's birthday is today.
Happy birthday.
He gets the ice cream cake from Dairy Queen, and the Dunns will receive the gift certificate from the Candle Garden.
Goodness.
Okay, we'll have community billboards and the weather right after this.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
We have to be more responsive to the needs of victims within our community, and we will do this by establishing a victim service unit within the Sheriff's Office. Utilizing the personnel there, this unit will also assist the victims of assault, domestic violence cases, to the needed people that they can speak to that will help them not only get self-help, but through the prosecution of their case. And I would like to ask for your vote on June 3rd in the 2014 Republican primary election.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Our community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. Baileyton Head Start will be taking applications for its preschool services for children ages 3 to 5. Parents, you can call for an application. You can call 256-796-2834. And the Relay for Life's You're the Reason slideshow display will be tonight and tomorrow morning at the Coleman County Fairgrounds. There's still time to get your photos in. You can share photos of the loved ones who've been affected by cancer. They just ask for a $10 donation for each photo that's shown. And for more info, you can call Gail Crutchfield at 865-323-4277. And the Coleman Strawberry Festival 5K and 10K run is going to be Saturday, May 10th. At 8 a.m. at the Coleman Fest Hall. The fee for the 5K is $25 and the fee for the 10K is $30. And you can contact Katie Free for more information at 256-507-1533. And if you have a community billboard you'd like to share with us, you can email us at channel2coleman@gmail.com. You can leave it for us by phone at 256-734-7399 or be our friend on Facebook at Channel 2 Coleman.
And the weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. Beautiful sunny day today, a high of 69. Clear tonight, low of 43. Sunny tomorrow, warming up to 75.
And antiques, collectibles, or vintage items, we have what you're looking for at Finders Keepers in downtown Coleman. Furniture, repurposed items, and treasures from the past. They all make the store a fun place to shop. Handmade baby and children's fashion accessories and even original art are offered by local artisans. It's truly a unique shopping experience. Finders Keepers.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it, to feel it, to be in it, to be upon it, and to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Every citizen of Coleman County, I believe it is important for every citizen to be able to voice their concerns and needs to the Sheriff of Coleman County. Because as law enforcement officers, we get so focused on law enforcement, we forget to listen to the people. And if we will listen to the people of Coleman County, then they will help drive the Sheriff's Office in a positive direction for their needs.
And welcome to That's Politics. Tom Drake, Tom Burleson, and I welcome candidate for Coleman County Sheriff, Matt Gentry. Matt, thanks for coming to see us.
I appreciate y'all letting me come. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, Matt, in Shelby County, they've got a sheriff's race going on, and one of the candidates in a forum this week stated, Rick Needham is the candidate's name.
Yes,
he said, I think he's an investigator somewhere in some department. He said, I think law enforcement has to be honest with people that the war on drugs has failed. It's not been effective. The way the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs organization is funding the task force, it started off with 100%, he says, now it funds only 30% of the salary. Then he says law enforcement and task forces find themselves going after two-pill deals rather than the big boys, or that's my word, but how much of an impact, how much of an issue would this be? Because I know that you feel strongly about going after not just the street guys, but the ones who are supplying it.
Yes, sir. Well, I think anytime you have a task force that is grant funded, which that's what a DECA is it's a grant for law enforcement officers that pays their salaries for them to go after drug traffickers. But a DECA sets certain standards that you can only spend a certain amount of money. What we see now, Coleman County, since I've been in the task force, we've never been a DECA funded. We've always been self-funded, which gives us a lot more leeway
to
the type of cases that we can work and the size of the cases. But one of the techniques that we've always used is when we knew that we were going after upper-level drug traffickers, immediately we would contact like the Drug Enforcement Administration to bring those guys in and utilize their resources and their funds. So, number one, it doesn't cost the taxpayers of Coleman County any money, and it brings that extra source of law enforcement personnel here. Like the task force I belong to, there's 13 agents in my group. So let's say the task force CNET here has 6 agents. When you have a large-scale drug trafficking case, you work with those guys and you bring them in. Well, there's 13 agents, so that really gives you 19 agents working on a large-scale drug trafficking case here. So we've never been a DECA funded just because of the parameters and the regulations that they set on the type of cases that you can work.
Oh, really? They tell you the kind of cases you can work. What are some of the guidelines? Because I wasn't aware of that.
Well, they will give you only a certain amount of money to spend towards, let's say, making drug purchases or working drug cases. Well, if you have a budget of, let's say, $5,000 a year, well, that's 365 days you're working drugs. That's not a lot of money to go out and work these long-term cases. And then, you're trying to budget that overtime with that ADECA money. Then what you see is drug task force are so dependent upon that money that they will scale down the type of cases they work. So now, you're right, they're buying 2 pills for $20 because they don't have the financial resources. Where here, when we formed the task force, since it was city, county at the time, all we did was self-funded. The city officers, them and their overtime was paid by the city police department, the sheriff's office. Those agents were paid by the sheriff's office. And each one of the departments budgeted a certain amount of money to come in for these long-term cases. So,
if you're elected sheriff, what would be your most pressing thing happening now in Coleman County? What would you attack first if you were sheriff?
Well, within the department, I think we have to attack the mindset of law enforcement to get back to being service-oriented. And that means working it from all levels to serving the needs of the community, but also educating and training those deputies to be proactive, not reactive, to certain issues within the community, especially drug enforcement and property crimes.
How would they go about that, Matt? When you say be proactive, in what sort of fashion?
Well, number one, getting to know your community. You need to know all your store owners. You need to know people within your community. But B, every day that they're out there on patrol, when they're not looking or they're not answering a call, hey, they need to be looking for the criminal element. If I work an area, then I should know my criminals that operate within that area. And if I'm going down the road and I see a guy that I know is a known burglar thief, and he's got a four-wheeler on the back of his car, then I'm going to start looking to find probable cause to stop him, to identify, number one, did he just steal that four-wheeler? Because a lot of times you'll see these guys, they won't have driver's license, they won't have insurance, they won't have tags on their vehicle, all those things that we as normal citizens are required to have because they're operating as criminals. And I think you have to attack that. But then you have to have that strong drug task force, but the task force has to work in conjunction with investigators that work property crimes, because in the last 3 years there's been over 900 victims of burglary and theft. Well, it's the same individuals, it's the same drug dealers, the same people that are using drugs that are committing those crimes. So I believe we have to change the mindset of how our property crimes investigators work property crimes, working on the same mindset as the drug task force. It's the same individuals. Use the same investigative techniques that we use in the drug unit to work property crimes. To be successful at going after the criminal element, you have to do that.
Would you develop some kind of program to attack the problem the young people have? I'm talking about the kids that are in school now.
Yes, sir.
Would you have a program to compensate for some of that?
Yes, sir. One of the things that we're going to look at doing is, DARE ends at about 5th grade. Well, we as law enforcement have to really attack 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade kids, because their hormones are changing. It's that pivotal point in their life. And you can start to see which direction they're going and which path they're taking in their life by the groups of friends and stuff. But you have to teach them to the reality of drugs. You have to teach them what meth is going to do, what heroin is going to do, what cocaine is going to do, and marijuana, and show them, visually show them, all right, if you become a meth addict, this is what's going to happen. This is what you're going to look like. Because that leaves an impression on their mind. And get the school resource officers to really work with those kids. One of the things that I'm looking at doing, I think I've met with some of the local rehabs and places, is to try to get our school resource officers certified as counselors, drug and alcohol counselors, so these children do have an opportunity to reach out to the SRO that's at the school and maybe talk to them about their problems they're having.
A lot of the problems, or I don't know if it's a lot, but a number of issues involving juveniles and when they get into trouble, is that their parents oftentimes are drug users. So the kid has not much of a chance if he sees his mom and dad getting high,
Sure.
Then it apparently is acceptable or whatever. But boy, it's difficult growing up now whenever, for our young people in terms of that and such. What are some of the other issues? Because, of course, we've invited Sheriff Mike Rainey to come on and talk with us, so we don't know what he considers the issues to be. But in your estimation, what are the issues other than what we've talked about here in this race?
Well, we have a large amount of sex offenders in Coleman County. I think that's one of the issues, and we have to hold them accountable. And those issues kind of go hand in hand with drugs, because we see a lot of sex offenders that commit those sex crimes due to their drug use, the sexual deviance that go with drug use. So, for me, that's a huge issue, because you get up into the court system. That's a very personal and real deal for these children and the victims of these abuse. Domestic violence is a big issue within our community, and we have to address those issues appropriately. We have to take the steps for the victims in our community that are victims of domestic violence. Deputies need to know, hey, we have places for women and children that are in these abusive relationships. And if we go out to a call, we need to know that we can get them to a safe place by working with organizations like Victim Services here to take care of those victims of domestic violence, which is a real problem in our county.
Real problem too on abuse, on people, these babies having abusive action against them, aren't they?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Big problem on that.
Yes, sir.
It appears a lot of that's going on right now. Abuse of the babies.
Yeah.
Yes, that case a few months ago where the 1-year-old on his birthday is killed. Let me ask you, Matt, do you think that we have more reporting of cases like this, which is why I've heard people say you have a higher percentage of abuse going on? Is it because more people are reporting it than there might be in other counties? Or do you have a thought on that?
I do. I think there's a lot of avenues here in Coleman County for you to report abuse. So the more avenues you have, then the more opportunity people will feel comfortable in coming forth and saying, hey, I'm in an abusive relationship, or I know children that are being abused. I mean, in my law enforcement career, if somebody in the community knows you, then I've had them come up and say, hey, I know there's children that are being abused in this home. So they feel comfortable to talk to us, and they report that. And then, that's a good thing for law enforcement, because then we can take action to intervene and stop that abuse in those homes, whether it's going in and making an arrest or some other method of getting the children out of the home.
Let me ask you this. The law was passed last year, and even now you have a lot of people, and even I'm a little bit confused on the right to carry a weapon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. If I strap on a 45 and I walk out to my car and I drive to Sam's or to Walmart, let's say, mm-hmm. Can I walk in with that thing? Or what is the law now, so we understand that?
With all they did essentially with the new gun bill is clarify the law.
Uh-huh.
You can openly carry without a pistol permit. So you can strap on your 45, walk out here and go basically.
You can actually go without a permit?
Without a permit if you open carry. And so that means that if you open carry, now if you conceal carry, you must have a pistol permit. Now there is still a transportation clause where when you get into your vehicle, you have to lock maybe the ammunition in the trunk in a metal box, and then the weapon itself is in the passenger compartment that's separated.
Yeah.
But then when you get out of the car, you can load it,
put it on,
put it back on. So, and that's without a permit. So it just clarified that.
Yeah. Can you have one in the chamber?
Oh yes, sir. Yeah, you can have one in the chamber.
I'm talking about a round and ready to go. That's the sort of thing, and I don't know that I've seen one person wearing a pistol, and I don't know if the guy was, a cop, undercover cop, or what. But I don't think it's being abused. I don't know of any cases, that people have abused that new law. Then you got the issue of school safety,
Well, now they still can't. They cannot take them onto school grounds,
right,
or any governmental buildings, or if a private business puts on the door, hey, we don't want anyone, open carrying in the store or whatever, then you have to abide by those wishes of the citizen that owns that business. Mm-hmm. So there are some regulations to that.
Georgia passed some laws this term. Georgia, you can carry your weapon into church, and I forgot what some of the others. No database,
Yeah.
Is there a database in Alabama? whenever, well, I guess there is, if you can strap it on and walk down the sidewalk, right?
Yes, sir. There's no database that would keep up with who has a gun and who doesn't in Alabama.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to the sheriff's office here in Coleman and get a pistol permit, the sheriff's office in Coleman will know you have a pistol permit. But let's say Morgan County, there's no way for them to look on a computer and say Matt Gentry has a pistol permit in Coleman.
Yeah.
There's no database for that.
Right. Now, what would be the incentive to get a pistol permit? I know I'm off on this issue, but we can't get a sheriff to show up, so we'll ask someone who knows the law. What is the issue? What would be the incentive to get a pistol permit? What would you be allowed to do when, compared to this new law?
I think one of the greatest advantages of a pistol permit is traveling from state to state.
Okay.
Because there's so many states in the U.S. that will recognize Alabama's pistol permit. So that means you can go into their state and utilize our pistol permit from Alabama to carry that firearm. Okay. And it does bring about a certain amount of accountability when you go apply for a pistol permit. Let's say you're 18 and you want to get a pistol permit. A little bit of accountability for who is going to carry that weapon.
Okay.
But the biggest advantage is in my opinion, is state to state.
Okay.
If I'm going into another state that recognizes our pistol permit, then I can go there.
We're out of time. Thank you, Matt, for coming.
Matt, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, for Dale too.
Yes, sir.
That's
Thank you.
politics.